Are you a new grad that's looking for some non-bedside and non-patient interactive types of positions? Well, in this video, we'll talk about 10 positions that you can do straight out of nursing school. Let's get started. Job number 1 is nurse researcher. You're probably going to be an entry-level research assistant or study coordinator. The focus of this job is conducting and supporting some of the research studies. As a new grad nurse, your job will be to collect data and also enter the data, manage study documents. It will be more of a clerical type of duty. Recruiting participants, which may include some direct patient interaction, but not as it is at the bedside. You're not providing direct care. Ensuring protocol adherence so that they stick to all the rules and regulations of the research and the study, and assisting with data analysis under the guidance of senior researchers. Why would this role be for you? Because primarily it would focus on research and not direct patient care. For this role, some of the companies that might be hiring for this position consist of universities and academic medical centers, such as Stanford Healthcare, UCLA, UC Davis, the University of Southern California as well. Research institutions such as the City of Hope, Kaiser Permanente Division of Research as well. And then there's also pharmaceutical and biotech companies. For nurse researcher, the pay range can vary between $60,000 or $85,000 per year, and it can vary based on the funding of the research project and also the institution that you want to work for. Number 2, nurse educator. Again, this may be a support role. Simulation lab assistant or a program assistant might be suitable for you. The focus of this is supporting the education of nursing students or the staff, and the new grad in this position would be setting up and managing simulation labs, organizing educational materials, assisting with skills demonstrations, which may involve acting as a patient in the simulation, and providing administrative support when needed to the nurse educators. Why does this role fit? Because it supports the educational process without primarily being responsible for patient care. Nurse educator roles or the support roles such as simulation lab assistant or the program assistant can be found at hospitals and healthcare systems. Many large hospitals have SIMs or simulation labs such as Sutter Health, Dignity Health, and they have education departments as well that might have support roles available. Nursing schools and universities, community colleges and universities with nursing programs may have a position available for you. Just call them up and check. Large clinics and medical groups as well. The estimated pay range for this position is $65K to $90K per year, depending on the institution and the specific responsibilities that you may have. Number 3, public health data analyst or program support. The focus on this is analyzing health data and supporting public health programs. New grad tasks in this position would consist of data entry again and cleaning, assisting with statistical analysis, creating reports and presentations, supporting outreach efforts, which may involve some community interaction, but again, not direct clinical care, and contributing to program development. Why does this role fit for you? Well, because it focuses on the community, the health data, the trends, and program management. Public health data analysts or the program support, the types of companies hiring for this particular position may be county and city public health departments, such as your local or county public health, or Health and Human Services Agency, state or federal. State agencies, again, California has the Department of Public Health that is hiring for these positions. Nonprofit organizations, various organizations focus on specific health issues, so do your research on those. The estimated pay range for this position ranges from $60K to $80K per year, depending on the government agency or the government pay scales or nonprofit funding. Another thing to consider if you consider this a low pay range is the fact they may offer great benefits for retirement. So something to look into and to keep in mind. such as a pension. Number 4, infection preventionist. Assistant role. So in this position, the focus is on preventing the spread of infections within the healthcare setting. So the new grad tasks would consist of collecting data on infections, assisting with surveillance activities, preparing reports, educating staff on infection protocol practices, which may involve some interaction, but again, not direct patient interaction or patient treatment, and supporting the implementation of infection control policies. Why does this fit? Well, the focus is on system-level prevention rather than on individual patient treatment. Infection preventionist, the assistant role, the types of companies hiring for these are hospitals and healthcare systems as well. They have an infection prevention department, so you might want to contact that department. Entry level might be an assistant or a data coordinator. Long-term care facilities may have these available, so look into large skilled nursing facilities. The estimated pay range for this position is $65K to $95K per year, and that depends on the size and the type of facility that you're trying to work at. Number 5, Clinical Documentation Improvement Specialist, or CDI, and again, as an entry-level person. So this may be a support role. The focus of this one is improving the quality of the charts and the accuracy of medical records that take place inside the acute care environment or any other environment. Your role would be in making sure that the documentation is concise and good for coding and quality control or quality reporting to any of those regulating agencies and also for any billing. So the new grad tasks would be reviewing patient charts, which could be the EHR or the electronic health record or on paper, to ensure documentation reflects the care that actually was provided. Identifying any discrepancies in any of that documentation or any of the information and communicating these discrepancies with the healthcare providers so that they can correct them or verify or clarify some of the information that is found. And this is done primarily through queries or brief verbal clarifications, and again, minimal direct patient care in this position. Why does this fit? Because primarily it involves looking at the chart, looking over medical documents, just reviewing documentation, and again, communicating with staffs, but not direct hands-on patient care. CDI, Clinical Document Improvement Specialist at the entry level. Types of companies hiring for these are always hospitals and healthcare systems and healthcare consulting firms as well. I've seen a few on Indeed at times, so check that out. Estimated pay range for this type of position can range from $60 to $85K per year with potential for growth with experience and certifications. And number 6, Quality Improvement or QI Coordinator, the assistant roles. So in this position, you would be focusing on identifying and implementing any strategies to help improve healthcare quality and patient outcomes and patient safety. In this role, the new grad does data collection and analysis related to quality metrics, assists with the development and implementation of QI initiatives, and prepares reports and participates in QI meetings as needed. Why does this role fit? Because it focuses on system-level improvement processes instead of direct patient care. Quality Improvement Coordinator, assistant role. Types of companies, again, hospitals and healthcare systems, managed care organizations, so look into your health plans like Kaiser Permanente or Blue Shield of California at least has these positions. Healthcare consulting firms as well. Estimated pay range for this position, $60 to $85K per year, and this depends on the organizations and the responsibilities that you are tasked with. Number 7, medical writer or editor, again in an entry-level position. The focus in this position would be on creating and reviewing written content related to healthcare. So if you're great at writing, this is the position for you. If you like to do blogs or anything like that, and keep the community of nursing and the medical community abreast of every new nursing outcome or any new findings and report on these findings. This might be the position for you. The focus on this position is creating and reviewing written content related to healthcare. The new grad will be tasked with writing or editing articles, blog posts, educational materials, marketing content for healthcare organizations or publications. It requires strong writing skills and an understanding of medical terminology, which you possess. Why does this fit? Because it's communication focused, except it's written communication focused, and there is no direct patient care. You got it. Medical writer and editor, entry level. Type of companies for this is healthcare marketing and communication agencies, medical publishing companies, pharmaceutical and biotech types of companies, and also hospitals and healthcare systems as well. You could also start your own blog and go about it yourself. The estimated pay range for this, at least in California, as a new grad with strong writing skills, $55 to $80K per year. And this is highly dependent on the company and the complexity of the tasks, of the writing tasks that you are given. Now, number 8, Regulatory Affairs Associate in the entry-level position. This position ensures compliance with healthcare regulations and standards of care. The new grad would be tasked with assisting with preparation of regulatory submissions, tracking those regulations, maintaining documentation, and supporting compliance audits. Why does this fit? Because the focus is on administrative and compliance type of aspects of the healthcare industry. Regulatory Affairs Associate, the entry level. Types of companies hiring for these are pharmaceutical and biotech companies, medical device companies in the healthcare and healthcare consulting firms with an estimated pay range of $60 to $90K per year. This position, especially in California as a new grad, they may prefer some related experience or a strong science background. Number 9, Clinical Research Coordinator with a strong research focus. This is a position with a strong research focus. The focus in this one is managing the administrative and operational aspects of clinical trials. So in this role, you might have some patient interaction for study visits. Some entry-level positions do focus heavily on regulatory paperwork, data management, and also site coordination. And you have a lot of communication with some sponsors. So look for those roles that emphasize those types of aspects. Why does this one fit? Well, depending on the specific role, patient interaction can be minimal. Clinical Research Coordinator with a strong research focus. These types of companies are hiring for them: universities and academic medical centers, research institutions, pharmaceutical. And then number 10, Utilization Review or Utilization Management Assistant. This is the one with an administrative focus, so you might want to become an assistant in some way. We do have I am in Utilization Management, and we do have front-end staff that helps to attach records to our actual cases. And some positions ask that you have some kind of experience. Just to let you know, the focus on this is ensuring the appropriateness and medical necessity of the healthcare services that are being authorized, that are requested to be authorized. The new grad would be tasked with some primarily administrative tasks like data entry, gathering information from the providers, assisting with pre-authorization processes, and communicating with insurance companies under the supervision of a UR nurse or a UM nurse. Direct clinical decision making and patient interactions are also limited. Why does this one fit? Because initial roles can be more administrative. If you like that type of role, this one might be the one for you. The estimated pay range for this is $55 to $75K per year, and these roles require more clinical judgment, by the way, and they typically pay more the further you go with your experience. Now, some things to consider are you need to highlight your relevant skills when you're applying for these positions. Emphasize those skills that puts you in the best view of the interviewer. So critical thinking are essential to these positions. Analytical abilities are essential to these positions. Data collection, data entry, tech savviness, attention to detail, communication, both written and verbal, and then organizational skills. Any experience with data analysis or research is also pertinent to these. Any data analysis or research that you've done during your nursing program are also pertinent to these. Networking. You want to network, connect with other nurses in these roles to learn exactly what it is that they do and to explore more opportunities. Be open to different types of job titles. Job titles can vary, so look for keywords related to research, education, quality improvement, regulatory affairs, and data analysis. You want to consider further education as well. While not always required, for entry level, a bachelor's degree in nursing is generally preferred and is the benchmark. Advanced degrees or certifications in certain areas can open more doors in the long run, but at the very least, your bachelor's will get you in. Be persistent. The market for these roles for new grads might be smaller than for traditional bedside positions, or if you have more experience under your belt, so be prepared for potentially longer job search. Those are my 10 non-bedside position, non-direct patient care positions for new grads. Hope that these have helped you, and I hope that you get a position in one of these areas if you're not looking to be patient or bedside centered. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, do all the things, and I will see you in the next one.